Let's get into our next topic. Let's talk about Kimora Lee Simmons, who is finally breaking her silence about this whole situation regarding her daughter Aoki. I was like, I almost forgot about that whole drama. But yeah, so Kimora's out here recently, um, and she decided to speak out on her daughter dating a man old enough to be her damn father, and how it didn't sit well with her. But she had to learn that behavior somewhere. So she called her daughter Aoki Lee Simmons' brief romance with much older Vittorio Assaf Predatory. Simmons spoke candidly about the headline-making 2024 fling, during which Aoki was 21 while the restaurateur was 65. That's why I said he old enough to be her damn daddy, and how tough it is to watch her daughter make public mistakes. Kimora noted that the two were not seriously dating and only shared a moment together. He probably fucked her during her appearance on the Not Skinny, Not But Not Fat podcast, dropping Tuesday per people. So that's today, because today is Tuesday. She also shared that she knew Assaf, who was the founder of Serafina Restaurant Group, before he started dating Aoki, who's now 23. So she's saying that she knew Assaf. But here's the question: when you met him, did you ever have your kids around? And it's a because he's a restaurateur. So if Kimora was going to the restaurant and she was probably bringing her kids with her in the restaurant, like a lot of time when celebrities go into places, they go through the back door. They get to the table. The chef comes out. How you doing? All that schmoozing and all that stuff they do. Then they go back in the kitchen. The people in there. Oh, thank you. Food was great. Blah blah blah. You schmooze the staff a little bit, and then you go back out the back door, and then you get in your little car and you go about your business. To which, the chefs and everybody rolling their eyes like, whatever, another fucking A-list celebrity giving us compliments, whatever. This is what I was trying to do. But anyway, so they was doing all of that, whatever. And I'm kind of wondering, like, so was Ming and Aoki with you at the time? Because if they were, I know I've been like, so you was looking at her kids in a way, and then when she got to be a certain age, that you decided to put it up in her for a free dinner, a little appetizer. So she said, I know the guy growing up myself. He's a restaurateur. I don't know. I don't want to get into trouble legally, but I think his reputation probably precedes him, which is basically what I was saying before I even read that post. Are you trying to tell us this restaurateur is into like girls who are relatively like underage girls, that there might be some pedophilia going on? Because she's saying his reputation probably precedes him, and you're saying you don't want to get into trouble legally, that you knew him growing up. So, are you alluding to the fact that there are other girls out there that might have been Aoki's age, or maybe younger than that he's, you know, open up their chakras a little bit with his, they tunnel of love. The mother of five said she found out Aoki was dating Assaf when the world found out, and admitted she was shocked. She said, I've learned all these crazy things. You can't give the I told you so right now, she said about her mindset at the time. You can't give the what the hell are you doing right now? You can't give those things right now. Looking back, Kimora called the romance predatorial. I feel like and having gone through not exactly the same thing, but similar, would that be from Russell Simmons? That big age gap relationship, let's just call it that. I do think it's predatorial. I think that's predatorial and kind of crazy. Kimora met her first husband when in 92 when she was 17 and he was 35. That's why I said, because I remember I was like, so you talking about Russell? Where it's like, when you're young, you're impressionable, your frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. You're thinking, oh, these people are going to teach me the ropes. I'm going to learn like the business side of everything. So yeah, there might be something budding here, but I see there might be a great opportunity. So let me latch on to that. Whereas you have somebody who's 35 and in their 60s, or whatever the case is, they've been around the world and they understand how things work. So these young people are impressionable. These older people know the deal, and now they're in Kimora's ways of saying it, you're being a bit predatorial. So there's a little situation going on here, and now I'm side-eyeing like, okay, so you preying on these kids, and they're just being naive about it. But you have all your intentions set in stone. Now, a source who knows Assaf described him to Page Six last year as an older man with little boy charm. Well, So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having like a youthful spirit about you, but you got to also realize mentally you're not 12 years old. Michael Jackson, grow up. He's also loved younger, beautiful women. He's gotten older, but his taste hasn't changed. Russell didn't appear stressed over the May December romance at the time, telling TMZ last April of his youngest daughter, "All I can do is offer my advice on unconditional love." Well, what could he say, especially with Russell's alleged reputation? Meanwhile, Kimora admitted to the outlet last month that she was embarrassed to see the PDA pics of Aoki and Assaf, whom she likened to not a toad, child. She said she's young. She's a young, pretty girl, and I think we don't think the toads we may kiss is going to be broadcast. And I personally feel a little bit like she was set up, which is why I try to teach the girls. There's definitely an age dynamic there. Well, I guess some people like, well, girl, you can't give that advice because you kissed a toad. That toad being a daddy. So can we? How can we take anything Kimora says seriously when you need to be the one to lead by example, especially when it comes to your reputation of the type of men that you've acquired and you've gotten knocked up with? Most recently, the last husband you had wasn't he rung up on some old white collar fraud charges? So I like the fact that you're trying to look out for your child and you want to be all diplomatic in this situation, but come on, and I like you because well, here's a joke. Actually, one of my friends, Rodney, used to call me Kimora because we have like the half Asian, half black thing going for us. So he used to, as a joke, he was like, "Yes, Kimora." So that was always my little thing. Well, I'm telling you that now you bitches going to start trying to call me Kimora on this damn show. But anyway, so there was that. So it's like, while I understand you trying to act like you mother of the year, girl, your reputation when it comes to the men's isn't all that squeaky clean either. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding what Kimora had to say about her daughter? I said I felt like all I need to say regarding that, but you know, I definitely want to hear from y'all. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.